Like,
to it, man. The Weeknd, Don FM.
Mm-hmm.
So Don FM is The Weeknd's 5th studio album. It was released on January 7, 2022 through Public Records. How do you guys feel about that one? I'm going to start with Marlon.
Okay. So personally, from the first track to the last track, I know that's a trend now where these singers are doing like the 80s style albums or whatever. I don't know when that trend caught on and who really was the person to be like, oh, that's the thing. I'm not a fan of it. So even for like, you hear the Dawn FM like radio station in the beginning, like all that, like it's intriguing. It sounds promising, but it's not the Weeknd that I be wanting. Like it just don't. Even for like the last album, it doesn't travel for me. It doesn't do much for me. So as quickly as I started, as quickly as I turned it off, because at that point, it's just like it sounds like Netflix music. And I mean that in the most respectful way possible. Like Ross, I'm finna sit here and tell y'all that, oh my God, I listened to it like 8 times. I love it so much, and it sounds so great. I'm not gonna do that because I listen to albums pretty quickly, sometimes before he do. And I'm telling you, that shit was not for me. It was not for me. I don't know if it's gonna go crazy on tour. I don't know if it's gonna go crazy in the car, but it wasn't working for me twice.
Well, let me ask you this: what's your favorite Weeknd album?
Real question.
Do you even have one for real? Like, you don't have to answer that question if you only got one.
I have certain songs for each project. I've never had a complete project be like, oh, that's my favorite project.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
And a lot of artists I can do that for, and I've been listening to Weeknd for years, but it's never been, oh, I love this Weeknd album. It's never been like that. Yeah. I can appreciate the work, but I've never said, oh, from start to finish, never for no project of his, honestly.
Okay. All right, Rod, how you feeling about this project?
Man, to answer like the favorite Weeknd project question that was just posed a second ago, my favorite The Weeknd project is Starboy. But like I love all Weeknd stuff, like for the most part, like how he has kind of come into the game, how it's kind of moved is dope. Starboy, it's just something about
Starboy is my favorite too.
Something about that project, bro. I could play the jump from front to back.
Starboy.
That, bro, it's like that shit great, man.
Why he had to go pop though? Like that's the whole problem. I think I got. Like I can't get that out of my head that he just went pop, like and never went back.
Because he had to leave that Kissland vibe. Because Kissland was entering a world that people really weren't gonna mess with. Like it just wasn't. It wasn't gonna hit what people wanted it to be. Like
I argue the fact that today that would have thrived in. I don't know, bro. Like
yeah.
It could have probably thrived a little bit more. Kissland was a little bit ahead of its time, and it was weird. It was like, I don't know.
Not more though. Not more.
Yeah. So then we did the Starboy lifestyle. Then we went ahead and after Starboy, we went ahead and did My Dear Melancholy, which in a sense has now become, that was like our interlude to this new world that he's brought us into, man. We had the After Hours, and After Hours was like right at the peak of COVID, so he didn't go on tour. He released multiple music videos for these albums, and it was something. So it brought in a whole new era for the dude. Now we got Dawn FM, bro, and it feels like we're in the middle of something.
Okay.
Like it just feels like we're in the middle. We don't see truly all the way to the light that we know what are we going for next. So what are we getting fully from this project? But then it makes you want to sit here and listen to the project a few times. I listened. I maybe listened to this project front to back maybe like 8-9 times, and I think one of my good listens was like I listened to it at like 5 a.m. while driving in the dawn, and really felt this kind of atmosphere that he's trying to give off, and I appreciated it. I will say I appreciate that these songs, this man has mastered transitions. Bro, some of them songs you can't even tell when one begins and one starts. It's pretty dope how he's done this. And I feel like a lot of these songs weren't created to be radio hits, radio singles. A lot of them weren't. It was more like, this is where I am, this is what I want to drop right now. But what were you about to say, Marlon?
So I hear you like provide this very concise and very detailed like plan like path of action. I see the time that you spent listening to the music, and I see that you fully understand like where he's going with it. But the question I think I have is it good? Is it good music, or is it just
Oh,
filler?
bro, it's dope. There are songs on here that aren't that great, or
I'm gonna talk about like are any of those projects other than outside of, like the early stuff, like these recent projects, like outside of
oh, bro, go
Starboy as well,
listen After
like.
Hours. It's fucking amazing. Like, yo, listen to After Hours, both headphones in, and just let that jump play. When you even get down to After Hours, to what he's talking about and how he's feeling, and how it's just like, god damn. Like Scared to Love Again, Scared to Live Again, which is on last project and stuff like that is like dope. You get here, you get the you see him wearing his Michael Jackson influence on his sleeve, his little Prince influence. He's trying to give you something that he's like, yo, this is how I'm feeling. This is the techno feel to it, man. The
I
song.
don't know. I think he's straight away from like his roots in R&B. I feel like he's fully leaning into that pop route, and I'm not mad at it. Right, like go crazy as much as you want to, but it's like I don't know. It's a lot. It's lost on me. Like I don't
Hmm.
really look for his music. I don't try like I said. I go back to way older music. All of that recent stuff outside of Starboy, it doesn't do
Oh,
nothing
bro,
at all. Or
I
it
love
feels like much
this
in the
shit, man.
same. Because I just kind of like, like, and that's why it kind of throw me off sometimes when you hear him on features and you hear how he sounds on feet on everybody else's stuff. So on his stuff, it just sounds like I'm just getting the same song multiple times in a row. It's just like you're still on the same theme, and I'm not mad at it, but it's like it's not pushing nothing forward to me at least.
But I will say, before Ben goes into his feel, the features on this project did nothing for me.
Mm.
Not a single thing.
Not
From
even the Tyler
Tyler,
feature.
Tyler feature is what, 16 bars and barely give me
Bars.
anything because it feels like you put him on the wrong song. From the
Hmm.
beat, he just kind of comes in and it's like raspy voice Tyler, and you're like, okay. To even the forgettable Lil Wayne verse, who's just kind of comes in here and is just like, hey, I'm Wayne. It's like
Yeah.
I didn't
Mhm.
need the rappers here. I didn't. You might as well have just did this project with no one here. Um, because those rappers aren't leaving anything. Like I'd be forgetting when Tyler about to come up, like, oh god damn, Tyler's here. I don't like this. It's not that good. I like the idea of where you're at with the radio station and you're trying to create something here, but
Nah,
also
that,
I kind of lost halfway. I'm losing. What was the point of this?
Mm.
Like I watched
maybe.
a lot of the videos and you're trying to get those breakdowns from it, and you're just like, dude, you created a concept that's huge, but we don't know where we're at
The,
anymore.
like the music doesn't match the concept. Like you do this shiny shit, like it doesn't progress anything.
What do y'all mean by that? The music doesn't match the concept.
Well, I'm not like, I
I,
think there's a song where he's like, oh yeah, we're gonna tune in for some slow jams, and the next song is not slow. It's like it's not really slow. It's really him doing something. There's other songs that were slower than this that you could have put here. And
Yeah.
then and literally
Yeah.
the slow song is the one that brings in Tyler. And you're like, why did we use this? Um, like, yeah, it's just stuff that you're just like, it's little things that just don't match for what you were trying to sell me for it. But you can go ahead,
not for,
man.
For me, man, when I first started it, it was the morning, it was cold. Started that shit, and I was like, okay. The first song, I'm like, all right, okay. That second song, Gasoline, man. When the drums hit, I was like, God damn, this shit sounds good as fuck, right? Then he does that little sound effect thing with his voice. Wasn't
Yeah.
really fucking with that at first. I was like, I'm not really fucking with that,
Mhm.
right? But then I played that shit one time. I played the album again. I'm like, okay, this sounds better. I played the album again. I'm like, damn, this shit sounds pretty good. I played the album again. I'm like, damn, I like this shit. And every time I keep playing it, I fuck with it more and more because it's like he was real experimental on this shit.
find it so hard to believe. Like I find
No,
it so,
bro,
I
I'm
find
telling
it,
you.
like, bro.
I've listened when you start listening to it, some songs start to sound way better than what it
Yeah,
did first
man.
listen. Because that first song,
I
Gasoline,
was
the
so
first time I
I
heard
was
Gasoline,
so
I
turned
was
off
like,
by it, bro. I
okay,
was like, nah, I
where
can't
are
do
we
this.
going with this
Yeah,
bullshit?
like the
I
lyrics
can't
to
do this.
Gasoline is dark as fuck. I was a little like,
You
I'm
know
like,
what?
bro,
I'll be
is he
mad.
good?
I'm
I'm
gonna be
like,
mad
is
if I
this
listen to it
nigga
one more time. I
good,
like it.
bro?
I question
But
whether this is good.
dog, when we get to the Tale by Quincy, you know, that shit was sad as fuck. Then we go into Out of Time. That's one of my favorite joints on here. It's so smooth. That beat is so smooth. And when he's singing with his voice, that's perfect, bruh. It's like, yo, this is the closest thing to Michael Jackson. It really is.
No, the song that really felt like Michael Jackson knew was Sacrifice.
Sacrifice, yeah, with that fucking guitar beat, man. Like, bro, like that shit was rocking, bro.
Mhm.
Like, I will say this though, Lil Wayne, that was probably the worst verse I heard in a long time. That shit did not belong on this fucking album, bro. He did not sound good on that beat. He had that trash ass bar about the hubcap. I'm like, dog, that shit was not clever at all, bro.
What was it, the Virgin Mary line?
Yeah, I'm just like, bro, what are you talking about, man?
Virgin Mary, but you like your virgin hair. Whatever. It was just like, what?
Something stupid.
Shut up.
I feel like what this album was lacking was features. The features just didn't pull through. Like Tyler, he rapped a little bit, but it wasn't like memorable. And like we said, Lil Wayne, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
But besides that, if I take out the features, if I even take out these little weird ass transitions that was done by Jim Carrey, if I take all that shit out and just do those songs, it's pretty fucking good. It's pretty fucking good. And I really didn't know that The Weeknd was such a simp. Like he's simping throughout this entire project.
Yeah, but and with that, from that side of things, yeah, he's simping, and it's coming from his space in After Hours too. Because like he was just mad in After Hours. He's mad, he's angry, he don't really know what to feel. And then you kind of come here and now you're just doing a lot more self-reflection on the sadness that you were feeling. So like you felt like you were angry, you wanted to die last time. Now you're just sitting in purgatory. And if you know what purgatory is, you're sitting 1 minute in our time is years in purgatory. So this is the old concept where he's an old man. He's been sitting here, he's in the nightclub in purgatory and just absorbing that and becoming old and trying to decide what does he want to do here. Does he want to stay here and die here, or do you want to progress and go to heaven, hell, wherever you feel with your mindset? But you can continue.
I mean, he's a true artist, man. The true artist, you know, at his purest form, because we always talk about, oh, we want him to grow, we want him to change. That's what he's doing. He's showing you that with his career. From Kissland all the way to this one. It's a fucking evolution. Dope project, bro. Dope project.
Yeah. I give it its props. You know, you gotta see what it's gonna do. On a scale of 1 to 10, what do y'all give it?
I'm gonna be fair and not rate it because I might have to listen to it one more time.
So as it stands right now, what do you give it?
5.
Okay.
I give it an 8.
Okay. I give it a 7. I give it a 7.
Yes, that's close to mine.
Yeah, because like it's good, but I want to know what's next. That's where it left me at that end with Jim Carrey talking to me. I'm like, where are we going now? What's next? Can I see these music videos so I can create more of a idea of how I should feel as I listen to this? Yeah, I give it a 7.
But it's like the songs that are good, the songs that you really like, it's like, bro, they're really fucking good.
What is it? That song, Is There Someone Else?
Yeah, like
Is There Someone Else? That transition from Best Friends to Is There Someone Else? It's just God damn. Or Don't Break My Heart. Don't Break My Heart is by like that's hard, man. It's really nice. It's really, really nice. Yeah. But yeah, what we got?
Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to check out more videos.